Do you think it'll rain soon? Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. Oh, nothing. I simply asked if you thought the rain would arrive soon. The clouds have been moving in for some time now. I think we're due for a storm, don't you? Name's Charles. What's yours? Ah, it's nice to meet you. Though I do wish it were under better circumstances, what with the weather. I suppose one can never know for sure when they might need an umbrella. Though there are always warning signs, if one pays attention. Do you have one? An umbrella, I mean. Ah, unfortunate. Luckily for you, I came prepared. It pays to be attentive to the world around us, no? Can you smell it? That sweet, sharp tickle in your nose. The one that warns you of an approaching summer storm. That's the one. Do you know what produces that smell? It's burnt ozone. High above us, millions of volts of electricity are exploding across the sky. Even if you can't see it from the ground, lightning is ripping through oxygen and nitrogen molecules like a butcher's knife, hacking them to pieces. Some of those particles then recombine to form a molecule called ozone. And that ozone is pushed down to us by the powerful downdrafts of the storm. It's a warning. Do you think your train will arrive before the storm does? Of course, there are other signs. Can you hear them? Signs like that are so much harder to ignore the closer they get. The roiling thunder, the distant crackle of lightning, the occasional plops of rain that arrive before the rest, which demand your attention, force you to confront the inevitable. Though, I suppose you could cover your ears. You could squeeze your earbuds into your ears, could block out the sound, could ignore the warnings. Might get wet, though. I mean, you won't, of course. I've got this umbrella, and it's large enough to keep the two of us dry and comfortable. Unless the storm is too strong, of course. Always so difficult to predict the degree of the danger. It's a given that there will be rain, but how much? Is it a drizzle? Will there be a flood? And who's going to be swept away if there is? I hope your train gets here soon, so that you don't have to find out. always so much easier to simply pay the conductor to take you away from the downpour. And so lucky to have that option. Many don't get whisked away from the storm in the nick of time. Many can't. But we can smell and hear and see that too, can't we? Can't you? Oh, sure, you know what I mean. We try not to, of course. We plug our ears and turn our noses and close our eyes, but it's there. It's always there. It's in the distant wail of the sirens that we try to ignore as we go about our day. It's in the faded foreclosure signs on that dilapidated street where people don't go because they know that it's on the bad side of town. It's in the sweet, meaty rot that rises up from the cracks in the weathered concrete beneath our feet. Can't you feel it? What is it? You already know the answer, deep down. It's the sizzling triplets of oxygen molecules that drift down from a darkening sky. It's the rumble that shakes you out of your daydreams and into your nightmares. It's the dark shade that overtakes the midday sun. It's everything. It's nothing. It's the warning. Are you paying attention? Did you pack an umbrella? Is the train running late tonight? It takes effort to ignore warnings like these. Luckily for us, we're raised to tune them out. We put in our earbuds to tune out the thunder. We keep our eyes on our feet to avoid seeing the clouds. We stay inside where the smell can't reach us. It's instinctive. You know, many people your age express discomfort when they can't fill their ears with some form of electronic noise. Being left alone with their thoughts, with the thunder. It's too much. Too frightening. It's not their fault, of course, the poor things. They didn't build the world into which they were born, but can you imagine the prospect of simply being alone with one's thoughts, of experiencing the silent stillness of the world around you, has become a nightmare. So convenient, then, that the only escape from that nightmare should also drown out the sound of the rain. And that's to say nothing of the discomfort of being seen. No, best to not risk eye contact. Better to keep one's eyes to the ground. It wouldn't do to perceive another human being, to risk being perceived in return, to risk being known, to risk acknowledging oneself in the gaze of another. No, no, no. Eyes on the grimy concrete below. Gaze firmly averted from the people around you, and from those clouds gathering above. At least this way, they'll get to see the water rising around their ankles, right? And of course, there's the smell. That one's the easiest to deal with of them all. Just douse yourself in every chemical but ozone. The better you are, the more sense you have, and the better you become at hiding the odor. What better way to appraise the worth of an individual than their smell, after all? It wouldn't do to associate with someone who smells unclean, who smells like the rain. Of course, we're still talking about the rain. Haven't you been paying attention? How could we not be talking about the rain? How could you talk about literally anything else but the rain once you've allowed yourself to see it? Once you've ripped it from the background of your subconscious and into the forefront of every waking moment of your life. The rain is coming. It's always coming. It keeps coming because rain never really has a start or an end, does it? No, it just rolls in and becomes part of the background hum of the universe. It's rained before, it'll rain again. But it is getting worse, isn't it? The rain. I wonder if the trains have stopped for the night. They've always arrived on time before. You know damned well that the rain is getting worse. Those sirens are getting louder. Those signs are spreading closer. That smell is getting stronger. And you could comfort yourself with the thought that your train will get here on time, that a stranger will show up with an umbrella, that you'll get home safely. Lay in bed, put in your earbuds, close your eyes. Maybe listen to some of that ASMR that people like so much to help keep your brain from running amok. You could do that. I'm sure everyone who ever got caught in the rain before thought the same, right up until they didn't. Those people know now that the rain comes for everyone eventually. They don't have music to fill their ears anymore. They have to stay hyper-aware of the world around them. They reek of the rot. They were caught in the flood before they'd even gotten wet. Their train never arrived, and no one offered an umbrella. The thunder's getting closer. Are you afraid? You should be. I'm always afraid of it, especially at night. There's something so unnerving about rain at night, isn't there? Maybe it's because we can't see how dark the clouds have gotten against the night sky. Then the fog rolls in as the heat evaporates the moisture from the storm, and the lights below start to bend and twist their way up into the sky. It's eerie, isn't it? It's unreal what happens as the rain moves in. Beautiful, even. Yes, I'm still talking about the rain. When have I ever stopped? The city's so still at this time of It feels as if we're the last two people in it. Maybe the storm's already come and gone. Everyone else has been swept away. What an awful thought. Does that idea scare you? Of being one of the last people left in an empty city? You're more frightened of being left alone with me. Are you afraid of me? Or are you afraid that I might be right? Trick question. You should be afraid of me. And you're afraid because I'm right. And this city has already been swept away. It's a corpse in a brand new suit, pockets stuffed with cash as it rots away from within. Maybe the trains have finally rotted away too. I live 2 blocks away from here. Would you like to come out of the rain? Of course I wasn't waiting for the train. What kind of a fool would I be to wait to be rescued from the rain by a train that will never, ever come? No offense, of course. Suit yourself. As far as you know, that train will arrive at any minute. And I could very easily be a threat. I'd turn down the offer if I were you two. I'd simply be remiss if I didn't offer it at all. Keep the umbrella. I've got dozens more at home. Maybe you'll be able to give it to someone else, just like I do. By all means, keep waiting for your train. But you'll have to give up eventually. The rain's coming whether you like it or not, and it's only going to get worse. The old world is drowning, and a new one is struggling to break the surface. So maybe now's the time to stop worrying about whether a train is going to save you, and start learning how to build a fucking boat.